Hey there guys, what's up? Ragtter here, wishing you a Merry Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, then Happy Friday! I hope you're having a great day, no matter what it is you're doing. Today, I have booster packs to open, because Santa came and left me some presents. So we're just gonna crack these, we're gonna have a nice time. You can put me on while you're waiting to open your own presents, or while you're waiting in line at the movie theater. Alright, let's crack this uncommon chest first. 5 tokens, oh yeah. And a Swampert card. I don't think I've ever seen this card. 150 HP, which is not bad. And Water Arrow. This attack does 60 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. For 3 energy, that's not the best. Waterfall for 120, 4 energy, that's more reasonable. That's okay. That's not the best, but that's not the worst. Alright, let's check out these 5-card Furious Fists. It's the oldest set. It's only got 5 cards in it. What are we gonna miss? Alright, let's crack this bad boy. We have a Drapion. Actually, this is only new because I traded my other Drapion card away. With 110 HP and Venoshock. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now, if your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned, this attack does 40 more damage coming off of a base 20. For 1 energy, 60 damage is amazing. And then you have Venomous Fang. For 4 energy, and it does 80. And your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. A little cost inefficient there, but it can work out in the end. Usually you would combo this with like an item, or another Pokemon that inflicts status, and then you get a very cheap 1 dark energy for 60 damage off. It's quite good. Then you have Excelgor with 90 HP and Raid. If this Pokemon evolved from Shelmet during this turn, this attack does 40 more damage coming off a base 60. And after Image Strike, if any damage is done to this Pokemon by attacks during your opponent's next turn, flip a coin. If heads, prevent that damage. And then we have an adorable Torchic card. A festive looking matchup. It looks like he just won a tournament. And a happy little Minun is so cute. Okay, one more. Come on, Furious Fists, give me something good. Give me something to be angry about. Well, that's something to be angry about right there. 2 Drapion cards. Just what I wanted in my stocking. And then we also have Pancham. With 60 HP, it has Bad Influence Evolution. If you have any Dark-type Pokemon on your bench, search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon and put it onto this Pokemon. This counts as evolving. Shuffle your deck afterwards and confront for 30 damage. Naturally, you would just use this attack to get a very quick evolution off. Then you have Trapinch, looking so cute and also dangerous. A happy little Eevee. And, Drowsy, just hanging out there, levitating some rocks. he's minding his own business, nobody minds. Okay, next a 5-card Ancient Origins. Let's go. Give me something good. I was a good boy this year. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh! Entei. This Pokemon may have up to 2 Pokemon Tool cards attached to it. That's awesome. Flame Screen. During your opponent's next turn, any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 30, coming off a base 30. Well, that is base 30, rather. And it has 2 energy cost. Not bad, not bad. Heat Tackle. Flip a coin. If Tails, this attack does 30 damage, or this Pokemon does 30 damage to itself. 130 for 4 energy is not the best, but it's certainly not bad. This isn't an Entei EX, so it's only going to give 1 prize card if it gets knocked out. It's got this Flame Screen. It can have 2 tool cards attached to it. So you can have this thing do a lot of damage and be able to take hits too. I definitely like this card. I think it's got me fired up to make a fire-type deck now. I could definitely see this working out. Then you have Dangerous Energy. This card can only be attached to Dark-type Pokemon. This card provides Dark-type energy only while this card is attached to a Dark-type Pokemon. Whenever the Dark-type Pokemon this card is attached to is your active Pokemon and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon EX, even if that Pokemon is knocked out, put 2 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon EX. So a very passive way of knocking out Pokemon EXs. If your Dark types aren't quite picking up those KOs, then And if they can take his, then this is certainly a way to get that residual damage going. Then you have a cute little Spinnerack. I've always loved Spinnerack. It's got such a cute little design. Like, I think it's a severely underrated Pokemon. Like, I think Spinnerack makes spiders not creepy. And you have Unknown. Actually, because of this, Farewell Letter, once during your turn, before your attack, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may discard this card and all cards attached to it. This does not count as a knockout, and if you do, draw a card. So basically, you can play this on the bench, send it to the discard pile for free, and you get to draw a card. So, again, certain decks will take more advantage of this than others, but card draw and deck thinning is never a bad thing. And you have a Sleepy Cotini. Cotini, yes indeed. Oh, look at it. Okay. One last 5-card Ancient Origins booster. Let's go. Something good. That is not bad. This card sees a lot of play. This is Regice with 120 HP. Ice Beam. Flip a coin. If head, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Does 30. And here's why you use this. Resistance Blizzard for 70 damage. During your opponent's next turn, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage, done to this Pokemon by Pokemon EX. Regice is more than capable of hard countering Pokemon EX decks by itself. If it gets a little time to set up with this 3 energy cost, this Regice can put serious dents in your opponent's strategy if they are very reliant on Pokemon EX. Then we have Paint Roller. Discard any stadium card in play, then draw a card. That's actually very good for an item card. I would not complain about that. Then you have a Beldum, a Golett, and a Magikarp. Very nice, very nice. Lovely card art all around. Next up, a 10-card Ancient Origins booster. Now come on, Santa, I was an extra super duper good boy this year. Hand it to me. And our rare is Gyarados. This Pokemon may have 2 Pokemon Tool cards attached to it, always nice. It has full retaliation. This attack does 30 more damage for each damage counter on each of your benched Magikarp, coming off of a base 30. And Thrash. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 more damage. If tails, this Pokemon does 30 damage to itself. I have actually been beaten by this Gyarados in decks that work very specifically to deal lots of damage to Magikarp. It's a very odd deck, but the amount of damage it can get off is astounding, to say the least. So, I respect you, Gyarados, and the fact that you're about to eat that fisherman. Then we have, for our reverse holo, a Whimsicott. Windy Mischief. Move all damage counters from one of your benched Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon. Potentially incredibly powerful. Actually, you could combo that with this Gyarados, just kidding. This is actually a fairly devastating effect, especially if you have high HP Pokemon that have not been knocked out yet. And Rolling Tackle for 30. The Ampharos Spirit Link. Your turn does not end if the Pokemon this card is attached to becomes Mega Ampharos EX. Then we have an Ace Trainer. You can excuse me, let me take a second. You can play this card only if you have more prize cards left than your opponent. Each player shuffles his or her hand into his or her deck, then draw 6 cards. Your opponent draws 3 cards. Sorry, opponent, but the power of Ace Trainers is just too great. This card is basically in play to replace N from back in the day, because N was the main form of hand disruption, and with N out of standard play, you don't really have that anymore. So the Ace Trainer has come along to mess up your opponent's awesome card draw. Then, we have Energy Recycler. Shuffle 5 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. Some excellent card recycling, it's in the title. It gets you back cards that you've lost by fainting or by necessary discarding. Very powerful. 5 for an item card. That's not even a supporter, so that's amazing. It does go into your deck, which is a bit slow, but there are lots of cards that can search for that, so definitely setting up for combos there. And then we have Larvesta, looking adorable and also on fire. Malamar, looking evil and also surfing. Unknown again. Oddish. Oh, look at the happy Oddish. and a little Beldum looking ultra realistic. Okay, that's it for Ancient Origins. Now we move on to Breakthrough. Let's get it going. Come on, Santa, leave something good under the tree for me this year. Here we go. I've never seen this card before. Bronzong with 110 HP. Pain Amplifier. Put 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon that has any damage counters on it. That could potentially, in the early game, knock a whole bunch of your opponent's Pokemon out. There are lots of cards that do like 10 damage to all of your opponent's Pokemon. This could honestly be pretty good. Knock away. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 20 more damage, coming off of a base 70. That is probably not the reason why you would use this Bronzong. It's more than likely you're using it for Pain Amplifier. So it's not bad. Mewtwo Spirit Link. Just like the Ampharos Spirit Link, your turn does not end if the Pokemon this card is attached to becomes Mega Mewtwo EX, either X or Y. And it's a reverse holo, so some nice shinies on there. Then we have a Stunfisk. With 110 HP, it has Revenge. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack during his or her last turn, this attack does 80 more damage. 2 energy for 100 damage is amazing, but it's super conditional, so how often are you going to get that happening? And then Thunder Blast, 80 damage and discard an energy attached to this Pokemon, very typical of electric types. Then you have Assault Vest. Any damage done to the Pokemon this card is attached to by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon that have any special energy attached to them is reduced by 40. Again, this combos well with those cards that let you play 2 tool cards on a Pokemon. Basically, having this and a Muscle Band ensures that your Pokemon has become an utterly devastating threat. And then we have my man Starmie, my genderless, amorphous creature. The mysterious Pokemon, my man Starmie. 90 HP and Deep Sea Swirl. Shuffle your hand into your deck and then draw 7 cards. Useful in some situations. And then Balance Bind. If you and your Pokemon have the same number of benched Pokemon, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. 2 for 30 is not the best, but paralysis is not the worst. A very good early card if you need some momentum get your way. And then we have a Piplup, looking adorable. Well, okay, that's not a happy Rufflet. That Rufflet's coming for my face. A happy Inkay, Remoraid, and a very cool looking Magnemite. I love this card art. Okay, on to the next pack. Let's go. Ooh. Ooh. Oh? Vanillix with 130 HP, Frigid Breath. Until the end of your next turn, each player can't play any supporter or stadium cards from his or her hand for 30 damage. And Deep Freeze. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. If tails, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. This is actually pretty good. You're getting something out of this attack either way. Paralysis and confusion are both pretty detrimental. 70 damage for 3 is not the best, but it could be a lot worse. All in all, for stage 2, it's a little weak, but it's not the worst card I've ever seen. Magneton. 80 HP with Static Shock. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. And Electro Ball. Discard an energy attached to this Pokemon for 70 damage. It's a reverse holo. Frankly, Magneton in this game only exists to evolve into Magnezone. But in the games, Magneton is much better. I love Magneton, and this is some cool card art. Then we have a very high-looking Swoobat, or it's just drunk on life, with 90 HP and Wave Amplification. During your next turn, this Pokemon's returning Echo attack does 60 more damage before applying weakness and resistance with Returning Echo. Flip a coin. If tails, return this Pokemon and all cards attached to it to your hand. Not the best card in the world, because you have a chance of losing your setup. Stage 1, 120 damage max coming from this thing. It's certainly worth a gimmick. Then you have Judge. Each player shuffles his or her hand into his or her deck and draws 4 cards. Again, hand disruption for your opponent. Very powerful. Just became very aware of the whistling of my teeth. Quilava, 80 HP with Mini Eruption. Discard the top card of your deck. If that card is an energy card, this attack does 30 more damage. 60 for 2 from a stage 1. That's pretty gosh darn good, I'll tell you what. And this card art is awesome. Wow, I wish I had that in real life. That is an awesome card. And you have little Sandshrew, look at him digging in the dirt. A happy little Noibat, look at him in the cave. A happy Pikachu, look at him all confused in the forest. A happy Roth, look at him playing with blocks. And Mischievous, out to take some souls, but I love Mischievous, so that's perfectly okay with me. Last pack of Christmas. Come on, Santa, I was a good boy this year. Well, 2 Piloswines in the same pack. My hopes are not high. Oh! Oh, Noivern! 100 HP in tuning. Shuffle your hand into your deck. Then draw a number of cards equal to the number of cards in your opponent's hand. Potentially taking extreme advantage of your opponent's wealth. And Air Slash for a Psychic and Dark type energy. Discard an energy attached to this Pokemon. With Psychic and Dark, I have no idea how to replenish that. But this is awesome card art. Noivern is an awesome Pokemon. I'm just happy to see him. Then our reverse holo is Piloswine. With 100 HP, it has Pushdown. Your opponent switches his or her active Pokemon with one of his or her benched Pokemon for 30 damage. And Gathering Footsteps. This attack does 10 more damage for each colorless energy in the retreat cost of your Swinub, Piloswine, and Mamoswine. Basically, you want to be playing as many of these guys as possible to make this attack as powerful as can be. Potentially okay? I've never seen this card in action. I've never seen a deck themed around it. It could be really cool. Then you have Spupa. With Protect, flip a coin. If heads, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn, and tackle for 70 HP. And a Granbull, being quite diplomatic instead of ferocious. 120 HP with Startling Bark. Flip a coin. If heads, choose 3 random cards from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals those cards and shuffles them into his or her deck. With 120 damage coming from Tantrum, this Pokemon is now confused. Not the best card I've ever seen, but it's certainly not the worst. If you need a Stage 1 Fairy type that can do lots of damage, Granbull could be a good budget fit for you. Then we have a awesome Staryu, just chilling out, maxing and relaxing. What's up, Staryu? Then we have the saddest card art I think I've ever seen on a Pokemon card. A Cubone holding its bone while a child is given affection by its nearby mother. Sorry, Cubone. I love you. Then we have a Swinub buried in a sea of cushions. My heart can't handle that. That's too cute. Then we have Scatterbug to go with our Spupa. Aw, in the autumn. He's so cute. And we have a glutey little Panseer throwing a fireball. He's so cute. Well, we didn't exactly get anything overwhelmingly powerful, but we did get a lot of really cool cards. I was very pleasantly surprised by that little haul there. So, once again, Merry Christmas, and I hope your holiday is amazing. Thank you so much for making this a wonderful year, and I hope your holiday is as fantastic as all of you are, because I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for you. So thank you. And again, if you do not celebrate Christmas, then thank you as well, because you're just as important. You make this happen as much as anybody else. And I hope your Friday is amazing. It's a good night to order a pizza. Until next time, guys, take care and have a good one. Merry Christmas, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.